Water and Sanitation Department has begun the process of establishing water and sanitation forums at local, district and metro municipalities across all 9 provinces. The department says it will review, revive and strengthen these forums to ensure their sustainability and functionality. The forums are expected to coordinate meetings and present the integrated development plans to address water and sanitation concerns. And with this in mind, the Alexandra Township youth have jumped on the bandwagon. For more on this, we are joined by Thabo Mopasi, the General Secretary of Alex Water Sanitation Community Forum. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Mr. Mopasi. Just in the interest of our viewers, can you just take us through some of the water challenges that are experienced by the Alexandra Township?
Thank you very much for the interview. The challenges that we are currently having here in the community is that some other areas like Tsutsumani village, people are experiencing at night water that is very brown in color. And secondly, people who are living along the river banks of Yakske River, the river has been throttled. It's becoming narrow and narrow, and nobody is actually taking any action towards stopping that process happening by people who are dumping inside the river streams.
Now, the Department of Water and Sanitation has created some of these forums where stakeholders will come in and give their voice. Is the Alexandra Water and Sanitation Community Forum a part of these forums?
We are part of the forums that have been created by the Department of Water and Sanitation. However, we are having serious concerns because of there is a national youth conference, which of course is to take place in Durban, and Gauteng is not represented. We are informed that there is no money for people to go and young people to go and raise their concerns with the minister in Durban, and for them to share ideas as of how are we going to resolve issues of cholera and many, many other things that are challenging river streams in Gauteng province.
And who would ordinarily fund the youth conference in terms of Gauteng being represented there?
It must be national department or provincial department that must fund. But within the DWS, Department of Water and Sanitation, there are people who are responsible who must see to it that they must fund the processes. So they spend their money in hotels teaching young people of Gauteng how to wash hands, but they don't want to spend their money when it comes to them traveling and going to Durban and meeting with the minister to raise some of their serious concerns.
So have you sat at the table with the department in trying to find a way that the Alexandra Community for Water and Sanitation could then form a part of this youth conference in Durban?
We have spoken to the Director General, to the Deputy Director General. We have also raised the matter with Director General Sean Phillips, Dr. Sean Phillips. We have raised the matter with the MPLs and many other politicians in Parliament. We have also raised the matter through their WhatsApp and through their Facebook. And people have made some mentions that it's important that the youth of Gauteng province should attend this conference. I'm referring to the youth of Diepsloot, Hammanskraal, of Vaal, and here in Alexandra, that they must attend the conference. And they are sidelined, they say there is no money.
And what voice were you looking to bring to that youth conference as organizations from all over the province?
Whereas there are many issues which, of course, are pressing to young people. One is the issues of opportunity. Secondly, on the issues of opportunity, I'm raising issues of water licenses. Young people must be part to the broader economy of issuing of licenses, because there's a bill that is currently sitting. 94% of all the water in South Africa are in the hands of the whites, and the farmers in particularly, and blacks, they are not well to be seen having licenses of controlling water. And that's one part that young people must be very robust about. Secondly is the issues of sanitation, sanitation that is running around all the areas, and then probably department can skill young people with skills in that would assist them to become plumbers and assist the schools where we having schools that are having problems of sanitation. And second is to also assist young people to go to schools to teach young people how to wash hands and preserve water. Young people are more than capable, and in their majority, you might have seen how they went out looking for work with the program that Premier Panyaza Lusufi has tried to do. And so when they are being excluded here in Gauteng province, it becomes very much questionable why young people of Gauteng must be left out when it comes to them meeting with the Minister Senzo Mchunu.
Now, Mr. Mopasi, you mentioned the water use licenses and the issue of transformation within that. And the department has introduced, or rather suggested, the race quotas, which will see new applicants of these water use licenses having to have 75% black ownership within their companies in order to acquire, like you say, the only 1.5% of the water use licenses that exist. Do you not believe that the race quota bill, if implemented, would be essential in using or in pushing for that transformation?
I think anything is possible. The race quota, if it's used, it's still okay with me. I don't have a problem so long as when the minerals and resources of this country are used strategically to advance for the good of the citizens. Because of you having a community or a country of people that are striking or begging for 350, and people are turning to Nyaope, people are in lots of frustrations, and it's not healthy when you have minerals that are very strategic, that are not fully utilized.
So lastly, Mr. Mopasi, in ensuring that Gauteng is then represented at the Youth Conference in Durban, what action are you now seeking to take to ensure that that voice is represented?
Well, we shall be putting pressure on provincial government to assist in this regard, and also putting pressure at Department of Water and Sanitation at its national level, and call minister, send him WhatsApp, write on newspapers, and do what you could to ensure that the voice of young people in Gauteng are well heard. It's not that we are looking for people in Alexander, but Gauteng, because of it is the epicenter of where cholera is, we must be represented in national conference by young people because of it is their future, and this is the month of the youth, and it's very imperative that they must go to Durban and raise all issues with the minister about issues that they wanted to be talked about.
All right, Mr. Mopasi, thank you so much for your time this evening. That was Alex Water Sanitation Community Forum General Secretary, Mr. Thabo Mopasi, speaking to us there about the exclusion of Gauteng forums at the youth conference that will be taking place in Durban.